Why would you spend thousands of dollars on licensed therapists when you can turn to random strangers on the internet to psychoanalyze your entire life? There was this video that was made by Noah Miller that poked fun at the cheap phrases and empty calorie analysis of the human condition that TikTok has been inventing over the years. This put me down a weird rabbit hole of all of the wacky stuff that has been created in lieu of, oh, I don't know, chilling the hell out. The skinny of it is that a lot of people, specifically on TikTok, they love to call everything a theory. A game theory. Everything is some sort of core, which I don't really think is a bad thing. I mean, does it feel ridiculous sometimes? Yes, but it's all harmless. Here is my personal definition of TikTok psychology. It's basically using a bunch of analogies and repackaging them as theories because it sounds smarter when you say it out loud. Because when you call something a theory, it makes you sound smart. It makes you look like an intellectual. It looks like your brain is the size of Mount Everest. Now, if I said to you, your bowels are backed up due to the solitary confinement theory, you would think that I was about to drop some unheard of medical wisdom with a hint of whimsy, like I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy. In actuality, you're gonna hear me explain to you in third grade terms that you eating Taco Bell means that you're going to breathe fire out of your ass. That's not a theory, that's just factual. That's cause and effect. That's the scientific method in its most basic form. So I compiled a list of popular TikTok theories and we will be grading them. 3 easy marks that they have to meet. It has to make sense. Oop, I'm flipping you off. It has to make sense. That's pretty easy to hit. Oh, by the way, that's Death Note. That's on the TV. Look at that, there's L. Dude, I love that guy. It has to make sense. Number 2, is it a theory? Like, is it like a real theory? Like, is there some sort of basis to it? Does it like actually sound like something that a psychologist would come up with? Or is it literally just an analogy and you're just calling it a theory? The third one, arguably the most important one, is, does WURLD think it's stupid? Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care if Isaac Newton came up with this theory. If I think it's stupid, then it's stupid. So anyway, before we get started, feel free to disagree with my obviously biased opinions. I mean, did you hear rule number 3? However, I will let you know, I did curse my comment section ages ago. So, you know, feel free to disagree with me. But really bad things will happen to people, to anybody who says anything negative about me. So keep that in mind when you're drafting up your think piece. Let's start off with the first one. The taxi cab theory. Woo, fun. A man is like a taxi cab. They shine a light when they're ready to pick someone up. It's aka a woman. When they're ready for a relationship, they will shine their light like the green light in the Green Gatsby or whatever. And they will grab the first person that they can when they shine that light, and then they just roll with it, and they just go. And that's pretty much it. That is the philosophy of men, is basically what people are saying. So that is just an analogy. I don't know if you caught that. Here is our lovely tier list. Apologies for the Schweppes ad that's just going to be hanging out with us this whole time. I have no control over that. Before we put the taxi cab theory on the tier list, I want to go through really quickly what the tier list thing is. So genius, all right, that is the top one. That means that this theory is so great, like my mind is blown away. The second one is not wrong, meaning that, okay, you're not wrong, and I'm gonna let you have this one. Okay just means that this is kind of stupid, but I'm gonna let it slide. Next one is girl what, because it's like, what are you talking about? And then the last one is Dr. Phil, meaning that it's literally trash and I hate it. So we have a lot of pictures associating with these. The meanings of these pictures will reveal themselves in due time. This is 21 Pilot's self-titled album, and they have a song, one of my favorite songs off of the album's top 3 is Taxi Cab. I'm gonna put this at girl what, because honestly, yes, it's just an analogy, but also it's stupid. A man is like a taxi cab. And so basically, you know, men just get with the first person that they can whenever they're ready for a relationship, and they don't vet it out, they don't feel the waters, they just, whoever checks off the most amount of boxes, or hell, sometimes they don't even check off any of the boxes. They're just like, the first woman they see that's willing and able, they will get with them, no questions asked. Is it true? I don't know. I don't like speaking to men. I mean, it could be true, but I don't think that matters. I think it's stupid. Number 3 strikes again. WURLD thought it was stupid, therefore it is stupid. The invisible string theory. Basically, the invisible string theory is you are living your life, right? And your soulmate, they're probably the person that you see every once in a while. Maybe you see them every day. Maybe you've seen them in passing from time to time. But you guys will not enter each other's lives until the universe thinks that you need to meet them when the time is right. It's divine timing. Basically, it's the lyrics to that one Taylor Swift song from her album Folklore, aka her best album. We're never getting one of those again. Taylor Swift said, let me cook during the pandemic and then never make good music again. Oh, did I say that out loud? This is the last album cover that I'm associating with these theories. I'm gonna say, okay. I have heard of the invisible string theory. This is not a new concept that TikTok just came up with. I suppose it's possible. I think it's cute if it's true, because it's like you are destined to be with this person regardless of what you do in your life. You're destined to end up together. But is it true? Probably not. I say this all the time. My soulmate is not in my hometown. I am 100% certain of that. I've met the people here and I don't like them very much. The bird theory. It's a relationship test. So you point out a random bird or show interest towards a random bird that you see out the window, right? And you're supposed to gauge your partner's reaction. Now, if your partner shows interest with you in this bird that you spotted out the window, then that's a good thing. And if they shrug their shoulders or don't really care, apparently that's supposed to be a bad thing, because they're supposed to care about whatever it is that you care about in that instance. Or they don't have to care like the same amount as you, but they have to show some interest. It kind of makes sense. It's not an analogy this time. Do I think it's stupid is really the main factor. I think the test is stupid. Honestly, I think testing your partner in any sort of way is kind of dumb, especially if you're just pointing out a bird just to test their that's my whole thing. Stop with the psychological games is my main gripe. The bird theory picture is Woodstock. Love Woodstock. I'm just gonna put this at okay. It makes sense and I get it. I understand the premise, I understand the concept. I'm so against random psychological tests. Some people straight up may just be having a bad day. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes somebody will be talking to me and I just could not be bothered to entertain whatever it is that they're talking about. Not trying to make excuses for your horrible partners, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. I just think it's dumb. It's just a bird. Maybe I'm the toxic one. No, it's not me. I'm not the problem. Surely it has to be someone else. The 19 theory. So I got a lot of mixed signals with this theory when I was trying to do my research on this. And by research, I mean I was looking at TikTok videos, okay? Because this is all from TikTok. Where else are we supposed to find the information from? Facebook? They don't know what's going on over there. I don't think they're even aware that they're alive. So the 19 theory is either the man you meet at 19 is the best person you've ever met or the worst. I've heard more on the latter side than the former side. A lot of people say that the man that you meet at 19 will ruin your life. I'm not gonna co-sign on that statement. It was 2021 when I was 19. Oh God, that year was just interesting for many different reasons. Oh my God, you know who followed me on Twitter 2021? Dream, the Minecraft YouTuber. Okay, maybe it is true. He did follow me on Twitter until I blocked him. So this is the picture I chose to represent this concept, because this is pretty much an accurate representation of what I looked like when I was 19. I kind of miss being 19 though. That was a fun age to be. Being 19 is cool. I'm gonna put the 19 theory at not wrong, because you're not wrong. Is it actually true in general? Obviously not. It's case-by-case basis, but I think there has to be some truth to this sentiment if a lot of people are co-signing this, you know what I mean? You know, if everybody's jumping off a cliff, you gotta jump off the cliff too. I'm gonna say that it's not wrong because the bean soup theory. Someone will see a scenario or a generalization on the internet that does not apply to them in any shape or form. And for some reason, that person wants to make it about them. I think I talked about this in one of my other videos. God, what video is it? I don't know. I don't care. I talked about this like individualist mindset on the internet where everything for some reason has to be about them and has to cater to them for whatever reason. The bean soup theory came to be because somebody put a bean soup recipe online. I think it was on TikTok, but somebody put out a bean soup recipe and people in the comments, not everybody, but some people in the comments, they were saying stuff like, well, I don't like beans, or what if I don't like beans, or what if I'm allergic to beans, Then don't make the bean soup recipe. This isn't for you. I think my bean soup picture is the most unoriginal picture here. My bean soup picture picture is just literally just a picture of bean soup. Not wrong. There is an issue with individualism. I think it was my media literacy video where I talked about this. Sorry, random. For some reason, entitlement has risen to an all-time high. A lot of people have been talking about how post-COVID, post-pandemic, people have just been losing their minds, and it's just getting worse and worse by the day. The next one is the bracelet theory. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't even really feel like explaining this one because I was rolling my eyes as the person was explaining this to me, because that's how stupid I thought this was. Stupid is the word of the video, by the way. Don't take a shot every time I say that. You will die. The theory is that somebody it's like, I don't know, something about a bracelet. I have a hair tie. I don't even feel like explaining this one. This was just so dumb. Something about putting effort in a relationship and then the other person pulls away, and then it's like, oh my god, it's so dumb. Like, my brain is melting. Do you see my brain oozing out of my ears right now? It's leaking. I need a napkin. I can't do this. I don't even want to talk about this. I'm not explaining this one because I was actually just like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does make sense, but also it really doesn't. It just doesn't. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I put silly bands. Silly bands is the picture to represent this one. Dr. Phil. I cannot possibly care any less about this. We need a silly bands resurgence. I've been thinking about buying a bunch of silly bands just to heal something within me. I used to be a part of the silly bands craze back in elementary school. It was amazing. I'm not going to be one of those people who was like, oh, bring back silly bands, because I can just do that on my own. I don't need you guys to be participating with me. I'm an adult and I can buy my own silly bands. I don't need to trade with you people. The sweater theory. This is a theory that the knitting community has created. So if you make a sweater, specifically knit a sweater for your partner before you guys get married, then you are cursed to break up. I think this is more of like a superstition than a theory. There have been a lot of stories of this theory taking place. Obviously, the picture for this one is SpongeBob singing the Striped Sweater song. I'm gonna put this at okay. I'm not gonna say that it's not wrong, because again, it's more of a superstition than anything. Some people have dug deeper into this phenomenon and said that, you know, a lot of people put a lot of effort into something or put a lot of love in a relationship when somebody doesn't deserve it, and it hurts even more. I don't know. There's like a whole conversation, a whole thing about that. Don't shoot the messenger, shoot another CEO. It is the iconic orange peel theory. This one went viral. If you're unaware of the orange peel theory, you ask your partner to peel an orange for you and you have to test the reaction. So if they peel it for you, then that's a sign of a healthy relationship. If they don't want to peel it, or they're like hesitant about it, or they complain, whatever, any sort of negativity around peeling this orange for you is a bad sign. Something about acts of service as a love language, and this and that and the third. Again, I think these little psychological tests are stupid. Obviously, the annoying orange picture down here is the picture for the orange peel theory. I'm torn between okay and girl what. I'm gonna say okay. I mean, obviously, there have been some villains that have emerged from this orange peel theory trend. I think testing your partner is ridiculous, but at the same time, you know, it can give people some clarity. So it's not all horrible. I don't know. I'm just so torn. I'm torn by Carrie and Cole. God, that book is terrible. That's actually one of my favorite videos I've made this year. The let them theory. You will be at peace in your life if you let them, typically your partner, but this can really apply to anybody, but if you let them do what they want and live their life. So basically you stop letting other people's actions dictate your emotions and your mood, and stop stressing about stuff that you have no control over. I don't 100% have a concrete opinion about this one. I personally do kind of subscribe to this notion. I don't like stressing myself out about anybody ever. I don't know if this is a theory though, but I suppose the general essence of this is kind of base. I love nonchalant dreadheads. That's the picture for this one, because another name for this theory is the nonchalant theory. I'm gonna say it's not wrong. I think this is a good thing to have, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. I don't think that controlling your partner's every move, stressing yourself out about what they're doing 24 hours out of the day, day, 7 days a week. I don't think that's healthy. Let them show you who they are. Let them do what they want to do. And if you don't like the things that they do on their lonesome, then don't be with them. Stop trying to mold people into your perfect person. Challenge the hair theory. If you change your hairstyle, you will look different. That's it. Does WURLD think it's stupid? WURLD very much thinks this is stupid. This is probably the stupidest one on the list. Not saying a lot, considering that the bracelet theory is also on this list. I put Cynthia from Rugrats as the hair theory photo. Dr. Phil. Obviously, you will look different if you do your hair differently. That's not a theory. That's just a fact. I need some Xanax. I don't need a Xanny to feel better. But I do. This is coming from somebody who's never had a Xanax before. You're driving me to do drugs. The burnt toast theory. This one, honestly, I think out of all of the theories, I find this one to be the most intriguing. So a small inconvenience in the morning is a good thing. Say burning your toast in the morning. That's an inconvenience. So that's a good thing if you burn your toast in the morning, because that prevents you from experiencing a bigger inconvenience later in the day. Do I think this is true? No. Oh no, I don't have my favorite lip gloss with me. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get in a car accident later in the day. Oh, I don't think that's how that works. I would love for that to be how it works. I would love to wake up and have something inconvenient happen to me and then be good for the rest of the day. That sounds amazing, but I don't think that's how life works. The picture for the burnt toast theory is Anton from The Amazing World of Gumball. We're gonna put this at girl what? It's not giving bracelet theory, it's not giving hair theory necessarily, but I just don't think it's true. The train theory. Choo-choo. Life is like a train. People arrive and leave, and some people are just here for the ride. That's an analogy, if you didn't catch that. So already off to a terrible start. People come and go. That's not really a theory, that's just a fact too. I'm glad you find comfort in the train theory, but that's just, yeah, okay. So Thomas, the train is obviously our mascot for the train theory. I'm gonna put her at girl what, because this is some I'm 14 and this is deep type of stuff here. The boyfriend heir theory. So when you're hanging out with your boyfriend, usually it's for extensive periods at a time. Maybe you're spending the night, whatever. If you're hanging out with your boyfriend, you will look uglier. You look less put together. And I think this happens because you're getting so comfortable with the person. You're not like dressing to impress. This isn't Roblox. Obviously the brats meme. I'm gonna put this at okay. I have mixed feelings about the boyfriend heir theory because it's very much true. I've seen it. And I think it's just when you get comfortable, you're just hanging out, you don't feel like you have to be all dolled up 24/7. Nobody is dolled up 24/7. So obviously when you're hanging out with your boyfriend for long periods at a time, you will look less presentable. You won't look as put together as you did when you first got there. The men's first love theory. Men do not ever get over their first love. They will either low-key pine for that person for the rest of their life, or they will try to find their first love within someone else. I've heard this sentiment before. You know, a lot of men do harbor a lot of hostility and a lot of feelings towards like that girl that they liked that rejected them for whatever reason. Sometimes boys do get hung up on things that happened to them in their childhood and they just don't ever heal from that. I don't know. I'm not a man. I promise. There's two pictures here. I didn't like this first picture, so I went with this one. So this is Sister Lily from Black Clover. I picked Sister Lily as our picture to represent men's first love because if you've seen literally the first episode of Black Clover, Asta, he is in love with Sister Lily, but she is a nun and they're not supposed to get married. I'm gonna put it at okay. I don't want to put it at not wrong because it's such a general statement. I don't think it's just a men exclusive thing. Those are all of our theories. So none of them are genius, sorry. They just, none of them tickled my pickle. I don't like how I said that. The three theories that are decent are the 19 theory, bean soup theory, and then the let them theory. Whatever theories that are just like, it's more of a toss-up. Invisible string, bird theory, sweater theory, orange peel theory, boyfriend heir theory, and then men's first love theory. The ones that kind of don't make a lot of sense, I mean, or at least they do make sense, I just think they're not good, taxi cab theory, burnt toast theory, and the train theory. And then finally, that's the two worst theories on the list here. We have the bracelet theory and the hair theory. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's no harm in these TikTok psychology terms and phrases. I think having these like analogies or these phrases, I think it helps people understand themselves and other people and gives people peace of mind. And it's not based in anything scientific, of course, but it doesn't have to be. You know, just because something calls itself a theory doesn't mean that you have to take it seriously. It's just a word. It's one of the many words in the English dictionary that people like to use from time to time. Not everything's that deep. Not everything is serious. Now, is it getting ridiculous how many theories have existed and how people are trying to explain away every little thing that happens in their life? I mean, yeah, it kind of feels like it's getting out of hand, but when you're in that bubble of TikTok and you're listening to a bunch of people talk all the time, I mean, it obviously is going to feel that way when you're just constantly hearing these different multiple phrases all the time. Like, yeah, your brain will start to melt. I personally didn't really have any issues with this until I saw that Noah Miller video, and then that's what got me thinking about all of the other theories that I've seen in passing. Like, this isn't some epidemic that is happening on the internet that needs to be stopped. We're just having fun here. Okay, at the end of the day, if you like some of the theories that I don't like, or if you agree with some of the things that I didn't agree with, that's fine. But that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. This will be my final video for 2024, and I just want to say thank you so much for everything. Oh my god, I have so much to be thankful for. 2024 has been a great year for me, all things considered. I put out a lot of videos that I'm honestly so proud of. A lot of my videos from the first half of the year I really liked. Kind of started slacking towards the end. I'm sorry about that. I've read so many good books this year. I read almost 100 books. I'm at 85 right now. We may hit the 90 mark before New Year's. Not really planning on it, but hey, if it happens, it happens. Bye, Light Yagami. Is that Light? No, it's not. Who is that? Oh, they just met L. Sorry, I'm totally spoiling Death Note for you guys. Bye. Oh, so Chad, I love you.